Hello and good evening to every one of you. I hope everybody will join us soon. And this is going to be a very nice evening for me. And moreover that, the person we are going to have today is more than excellent. So we will just wait for him to join us. And in between that time, I will just try to say some of the things that we are going to talk about today or maybe just discuss about today. In general, we always have been waiting for such issues to come up, and in our organization, we can talk about that. So, yes, Sir has joined us, so I will just try and add him up. Yeah, Sir has just joined with us. Please wait for some moments. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, very welcome to POUP once again, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, this is Shayek Sarkar. I'm the founder of POUP, and currently I'm positioned as the CEO of POUP. So today, as we all know that we are here for a very, very, very important issue. And I would also like to say that this is a very ignored issue, at least in India as well. So guys, today we are going to talk on the impact of climate change on water, which is leading to droughts and floods all around the world. So today we are going to have a very good, special guest with us, as you can see already. So today we are having Subhajit Mukherjee with us. He has been awarded the Maharashtra Gaurav, the Water Hero and Jal Rakshak Award by the Indian government and other prestigious organizations. So thank you once again for joining us today, sir. And I will just try to report some of the issues that I have been coming through in the articles and all the other information sources. So I have got this particular article from CEEW. So they are telling that Mumbai has been experiencing 7 flayed drought events and 6 flayed rise in the flood events in last 50 years. And apart from that, Abhinav Mohanty, the program leader of CEEW, states that 80% of Maharashtra district, home to almost 78.41 million, are vulnerable to drought or drought-like situations. Moreover that, almost 10.23 million people are extremely exposed to water or flood-like events annually. So, sir, this is a very important issue we have to talk about. At least taking the scenario of Mumbai right now, we have drought and flood-like situation at the same time and at the same city. So, what would you like to say about this?
So, yes, first of all, thank you, Sarkar Saab. I had been watching your videos and I went through almost all of your videos. They are so eye-openers and you had been taking up some important topics, which is important not just for ourselves, for our family, for the community and for the country. So I hope that being with you today, we are going to take up some important issues, which is not just about problem, but about solutions that we can talk. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to be on this beautiful platform. POUP.org. I think, did I say it rightly?
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you. So, talking about water, it is unfortunate that every year during May and June, you open any and it talks about drought, talks about no water to, and we don't know what to do. And we are definitely aware what Chennai and Hyderabad have been facing. And right after a month, the same people are talking about the same places, same people are talking about floods. July, August, we are like drowned. So that is a very big question, and that's a very big challenge because how come there can be a drought? How can there can be flood at the same time, almost at a gap of 15 days? And this had never happened in the past, but it is happening now, and it is totally related to climate change. Our rainfall pattern has changed. Previously, we used to get in installments. There used to be little rain and a gap of 7 days, again little rain, again there is a gap. But now it's a time of getting things in wholesale. जब ऊपर वाला देता है तो छप्पड़ फाड़ के देता है. So that has become a reality, and unfortunately the millimeters of rain that we are recording in most of the places, they are all coming in bulk. The rain comes suddenly and the rain disappears for 15 days. That's the biggest challenge, where our earth, our ecosystem is not prepared to catch so much of water. And unfortunately, our behavior, the way we are, uh, I would say modernization will be a wrong word, but unplanned and unscientific development in terms of infrastructure has we had been ignoring certain facts, and that has led to some major bigger challenges, and where ultimately we are getting dependent upon commercial activities. Like during this lockdown, I would also say, where a lot of citizens were going home, they had been traveling back to their hometown because there was no work in the big cities. Everyone faced water shortage because the entire route there was not a single pond or a well they could drink water, and they were starving to death because there was no water. So water is something which has been badly managed. We have enough water in the country, but unfortunately, certain natural phenomena and certain human activities have made the situation worse. And that is why we need to work together. We need to catch the rain wherever possible. And it is really great that all the government authorities, I can talk about municipalities, NGOs, individuals who are working, thanks to Government of India, Modi sir started a campaign called Jal Shakti Abhiyan, an initiative by central government across the country, how we need to manage water, how we need to reduce our consumption, how do we reuse the water. And the basic source of water which we have, I'm not here to show my knowledge, how much I know about water, but we all understand that our 97% of the water is coming from the rains. So our factor is we need to catch all the water possible, keep it with us and use it for the entire year. Since we are not catching, the water is flowing to other places which is creating floods. Since we are not catching it on time, during summers we are facing drought. So catch the rain is the campaign where I wanted to talk to all of you and see, as a individual, as an organization, as a municipal body, as big organizations like NGOs, we should work together in getting into it.
Absolutely, sir. Very well said. And moreover, that today itself, I saw a post from the page that you actually maintain, that is the Mission Green Mumbai, that are we educating our future upcoming generations about water conservation, about climate changes, about how the crisis is growing day by day? So would you like to comment something on that?
Yes, exactly. The thing is, we are depending upon others. Whatever we have achieved is because of our own hard work. As a student, we really study hard, we get good marks, we graduate, we get jobs, we listen to our bosses, we listen to all their nonsense and get promotions. And as an entrepreneur, we really listen to our clients, we work hard, we develop things, we deliver. So we are really working for our livelihood very hard. But that kind of effort is not been put in educating, in involving citizens on what they should do on a daily basis at their home to start with, where they directly get benefited. Because here we are supposed to be selfish. We cannot depend upon like what authorities will do, what others will do for us. Whatever we achieve, we do it ourselves. I just have my, I'm not supposed to share this document. This is a legal document from my housing society. And I was simply going through the balance sheet. This is the balance sheet. And I just saw that we had paid a water charge of 3 lakh rupees last year. Just we are just a small housing society of 35 flats, and we have paid 3 lakh rupees as water tax. Imagine that. And water is not something that somebody is making it. It is just the rainwater that has been diverted to us. The supply chain is maintained, and we are paying so much of money. This is a God's gift to mankind. The elements, the water has become a business everywhere. So education is the priority. Where with your platform right now, I want to request everybody who is listening to us is to work on 3 areas. I take that privilege right away to start that topic. One is reduce. we have to reduce our consumption. There are a lot of good ideas we come across on the internet that we should uh, take a bucket bath instead of shower bath, or we always know that when we are shaving, we are supposed to keep the tap off. When we are, even during COVID time, we are supposed to wash our hands often. And they said that for 20 seconds, you need to keep rinsing your hand. But that does not mean that the entire 20 seconds the tap will be on and you're just letting the water flow. That has been noticed a lot of places. So you need to turn off the tap. So reduction of water consumption is very important. That is the priority one. Second is reuse of water is very important. When we are referring to reuse of water, means as simple at home is whenever we have our kitchen garden, our own, even a single pot that we have, we are not supposed to use the fresh drinking water. We are supposed to collect the kitchen water, for example, after washing our vegetables, collect that water and put it to the plants. Even that water can be used for mopping floors and many other activities. And surprisingly, if I talk about Mumbai, municipal corporation is giving us a perfect, best quality of water at our taps. That is amazing quality. It is one of the best in the world that we are getting. But 40%, 33 or 34% of the water is used by the societies to flush them out. So flushing of a toilet with a drinking water is more than luxury and it's criminal. Where there are majority, even today, there are lakhs and millions of citizens are living without water. So somewhere we have to understand that we need to collect the grey water and reuse it within the society for flushing purpose. So these are like reuse of our water which needs to be implemented because we get 10% water shortage every monsoon before that during the summers. If we learn to just reuse our toilet water, that itself is a big, big advantage. And third, as I said, that we are not generating water, we are not invented or discovered or manufacturing water. The only source of water we have is the rainwater. So when it is raining, we need to catch it. We need to catch the water and keep it in our, as good as in our jug or in a glass or in a bucket. And bigger, let us talk about a big drum that we have. Bigger, let's become take a pond or a lake. Because rivers, the water will flow into the sea. It is not, we can make few dams, but how many dams will we make? Where else can we keep water? Yes, the biggest reservoir of water is the underground water, which we call as groundwater. So the best is we catch the water because our terraces are anyways catching the water and the pipe is coming running down. So let us not waste that water. Unfortunately, for a city like Mumbai, we had been doing a lot of research on why do we get floods, and all the reports like United Nations and very very big agencies, they have been recommending that because of concretization, all the water that is running down, it is just flowing. It is on the tiles and paver blocks and the roads, and there's no space for the water to penetrate into the ground, and that's why everything comes on the road and we feel flood like situation. But if we allow the water to penetrate into the ground, it becomes easy. And I'm not saying that remove all the paver blocks, but there are simple mechanism what we call as percolation pit. It is simply a small pit. I'll show you a diagram. I have a mini diagram with me, uh, which is quite e- easy to understand. I know the reflection may not be perfect, but this is a very simple way. If you look at, there's a hole being prepared, the pit, which is like 5 feet by 5 feet and 5 feet deep. If possible, you make it more deeper and put a drum and divert all the rainwater into the drum. Drum will there are holes in the drum. It will allow the water to percolate into the land, and then you can cover this entire scenario. You don't need to keep it open. It will be safe enough. Nobody's going to fall on this, and you can continue with your parking on this. It can be even under your drawing room. It's not a very big challenge, as long as this pit is away from 10 feet away from the main building wall, and you're done. So there are like very simple mechanisms available which we should follow, and that's what I want. It's a offer everybody who is watching us today, that we want to make 10 of these in Mumbai free of cost. Anybody who can comment on this conversation, and if you have a space, all I need is a 5 feet by 5 feet space, which will be 10 feet away from the main building wall. and we will come, my team will come and make a percolation pit. This is nothing but a percolation pit which will catch all the rainwater from the pipe which is running down, and it will go into this pit and it will penetrate into the ground. It is a simple rainwater harvesting basic technology, which is not a new thing. Even I'm sure that when Lord Rama went for exile, he must have also made a percolation pit in his village. थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया, sorry. ये थोड़ा
No,
ज्यादा हो
no
गया.
excuse in that, sir. Humor is very important in every conversation. And whoever is watching us right now, for any other information, for any excess information, please go and check Sir's page. That is mission_green_Mumbai. And for any other informations to connect Sir, to take any advice, or if you want any other informations regarding what Sir have done through this organization, or anything that Sir has already mentioned in the live event now, or maybe in further, please go on and check his page, and you will get all the other or further informations from there. So, coming back from this point itself, so would you like to please enlighten us with what you do, or what this organization, that Mission Green Mumbai, does? We would really like to know about the organization, sir.
Thank you so much. And I got a message from, I think, Ritik, and he says that can we do the same thing in Noida? And Ritik, I'll be very happy to do this in Noida. I may not be physically present, but over the phone I will explain you, and whatever the material cost is, I'll be happy to take care of it. So if and you will be, I'm in fact, Noida Noida authority have already done very big work in rainwater harvesting. Great examples have been set, and uh, apart from this particular small technique, yes, let us make one. You can call me whenever you feel like, and we can inspect the location over the phone, because thanks to those technologies we have, we don't need to be physically present, and we can together implement this, because this is an innovation of the year of percolation pit. It is not going to cost you more than 1,000 or 1,500 bucks. It's really easy, and your one day of effort will be more than enough. So thank you, Ritvik, for coming forward to support this campaign. And yes, talking about Mission Green Mumbai, it is an initiative where we want citizens to plant a tree and grow their own oxygen. Otherwise, you don't have the rights to breathe. As simple as that. Because everything we work hard and then we achieve. Nothing is easy. Something we're getting free of cost and then we don't respect. Similarly, you conserve rainwater and then consume. That's like your part of the water you should conserve by whatever way you want to. Either you reduce your consumption or reuse, or as I said, that make a small percolation pit. One small pit in your house is more than enough to make an impact, and that's what we want. And with your support, with citizens, with NGOs, with corporates, thank you. I mean, a lot of amazing people who are, everyone wants to make a difference. In fact, it's not about 1 or 2%, and everyone is doing their bit, whatever possible. And we have successfully done more than I would say 58,000 trees in last 5 years, and it's all in urban landscape. A lot of work has been done through Mission Green Delhi, Mission Green Bangalore, Mission Green Kolkata, Mission Green Pune, Mission Green Surat, and yes, Mission Green Mumbai. And more on our focus is to spread awareness. Like thanks to Sarkar Sahab that we are able to talk to some good people right now. And with your help, like a beautiful example we have, that we have a friend in Noida who is also talking about making a percolation pit. So that's what our intention is, where we share innovations, where we don't want people to spend much. And as Indian Jugaad, that is more than enough for us to come up with solutions which is not patented and which can be DIY, do it yourself. And successfully, we are doing a lot of awareness initiative. For those who are watching us from Maharashtra, you must be knowing about Majhi Vasundhara Abhiyan, which is a massive initiative, one of the biggest ever campaign by Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, Government of Maharashtra, to involve every citizen to do something. So yes, I would request all of you whoever is watching, please visit www.majivasundhara.in and look at other things you can do for yourself or your family. You can take a pledge there. It will give you a very good idea of which direction you should work upon. It can be even energy conservation, water conservation. There are many things. I mean, right now our topic is water, so let us stick to it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving us this information. So, just to inform you that the last conference we did, it was called the Plan to Your Future campaign, and it was the POUP Initiative 1.0. And just to brief you about our organization, we are actually a bridge between the climate scientists or environmental scientists and the climate activists. To take the information from the scientists and reach it to the climate activists, that is what we do. And moreover, that of course we have our independent campaigns that we do of planting trees. We have not yet explored water conservation or water like all these industries about the water conservation or water crisis. We will absolutely like to do it, and we will absolutely call you up for that and take all these necessary informations from you for making this campaign work. So again, coming back from where I started, that from this last conference, we got to know that almost 11 countries, like almost activists from 11 countries were present in this conference. And then they gave us all this information about how these countries have got their individual efforts, as in every single citizen of that country is giving some individual effort, and in a mass it has become a very big movement. And I think that is what is still lacking in our country, that individual effort is somehow or the other lacking in our country. There are so many organizations, private, government, semi-government organizations, which are working towards making a better future for our country, but I think somewhere or the other this individual effort is missing. So, of course, we already had talked about that this education or the awareness has to be spread out in everyone. They have to know about this. There should be a fundamental education. Maybe in the upcoming days, this will be included in our central syllabuses or the state government syllabuses, where they will really get to know this. Because I have also studied from a CBSE board, and there I have also learned about this water conservation, water pollution, but we have never got the intense the intense news or the intense importance of such issues. So sir, would you like to comment on this, that how an individual can really put their own effort towards this better future?
Individuals across the nation are working in a very big way right now, and thanks to big campaigns like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Jal Shakti Abhiyans, where I'm happy somewhere our country leaders and now I would say even the state leaders, they are involving citizens to make a difference. And if I talk about the role of NCC, NSS, NGOs, every organization I've seen, they have been working over weekends, spreading awareness of Swachhata, cleanup, cleanliness, and they have been cleaning roads, beaches, whatnot, ponds, everywhere they are cleaning up. That's definitely called a Jan Andolan, mass movement, citizens movement. And that is how people have understood that when we are doing such activities, somewhere we are getting benefited. There were ladies who had been walking 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers into the bushes every morning for the morning activities. And when they saw there's a toilet at their own house and they don't need to walk. So it was safety for them, it was hygiene for them, it was time saving for them and health for them. So that is how people, when people see the benefit of every activity, they really get into it. So when it comes to energy conservation, when people say reduction in their electricity bill, they will understand that yes. And believe me, we did a campaign with an education institution. We worked hard for 6 months and everyone could see reduction of their electricity bill by 20% to 40%. It was a saving of rupees 200 rupees to 500 rupees for every individual every month. So that's a lot of money. When it comes to saving water, and when ladies of the home, usually not in cities, but even in the cities, whenever there is a water shortage, you will never see a man sitting at home going down the entire building or struggling to arrange for water. It is unfortunately the responsibility of the lady of the house to arrange for water for the family. If there is no water in the building, they walk for a kilometer or sometimes 10 kilometers in drought areas to arrange water for the family. And even the kids get involved in that because the man of the house is mostly, unfortunately, in fact, that's their responsibility to earn bread and butter. So to take care of that, when they started seeing that, okay, there is water pipeline connection coming to the house, we don't have to go anywhere. The time is saved, the health is saved, and the energy is saved. People see the benefits. Similarly, like for my neighboring housing society, I am not trying to name that housing society name. they had been ordering for drums. These big water tankers used to come every day. They used to order for 2 tankers, which used to cost them around 2,500 rupees. And 2,500 into 30 days, you can see how much the amount is. That's like more than 75,000 rupees or 80,000 rupees a month. So now they implemented individual metering at the flats. Just by implementing individual, there's a water meter in every flat, people realized how much extra water they are using above the average, and people started understanding that they need to reduce. Today they have a surplus of 40% extra water. Their water consumption has gone down because people are billed according to their usage. Right now in a big housing society, we are like, as I showed you, 3 lakh rupees of water bill. That's huge. Now, when we make it individual metering, I can guarantee that the 3 lakh will come down to 2 lakh rupees. So we save resources, we save money, and that is what will motivate people. So every activity that we are doing, we have to understand that what kind of benefits our pocket gets. If we are able to pocket some extra money, save money, because money saved is money earned. And that's how we need to look at every activity. And I'm sure when we calculate it in those ways, a lot of more people, masses will get involved, because there's only 1% of the people who are intellectuals who are discussing right now on these topics that yeah, we need to do something. Thanks to you, like you have been taking up these topics in a very serious manner. And those who are listening to us, I see a lot of very good names who are part of this conversation today. They are like, most of them are themselves great examples right now. I don't want to name one person, otherwise it will look like why did I not name others? But they themselves are great environment leaders who are right now listening to us. So the fact is, as leaders, as examples, as teachers, as individuals, as families, when we start calculating the real financial benefits that we are getting, people get more involved, and that makes it a movement, and where we all can conserve our environment as well as our own future.
Absolutely, sir. And I think this was a really good explanation of this particular question and how to actually involve everyone in this collective effort. And moreover, that as you just mentioned, that as your neighbor starts doing it, you see them, you understand what they have achieved after doing it for a month or a year, they get inspired, they get motivated to do the same. And as you said, that money earned is money saved. So this is a really important example that you have really given us. And I think whoever is watching us right now should actually go back, think about it, do it, and not only just do it, but also inspire others to do it as well. And once again, sir, thank you for joining us and giving us all this information, because this is going to really help us a lot. And whoever is watching us, this is a very important issue, and you should really go back and see this video or just make some notes out of it. Try to actually process this in your brain and try to do and put an actual individual effort. Yes, it's not going to get formalized, or it's not going to be mentioned in a sentence or in a formal paper, but you are making a difference by being the change. And thank you once again, sir, for joining us. This was a wonderful session for me and for our whole organization. We will, of course, like to have you more and more with us in the upcoming sessions, and we will try to talk on more and more different issues and more and more different important crises that are happening in recent times. And moreover that, whoever is watching us right now, please go back and explore sir's page, that is mission_green_Mumbai. And for any further information, please DM them up. Thank you, sir, once again. And it was a wonderful evening for me. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye, sir.
Bye-bye.